And welcome back. Now, I was considering talking about Donald Glover being cast as young Lando Calrissian. However, I don't know as far as I can tell, that's not a confirmed report yet. So I'm not going to quite roll that. Same kind of actually turns out with the Mary Jane Watson thing. Zendaya is playing Mary Jane Watson. That's actually not 100% confirmed, but that's what a lot of people are going with. That one seemed more credible than the Donald Glover one, because I still don't have 100% confirmation on that. Hold on one second. I'm just going to let the dog back inside. Come on, you want to go back inside? There you go, baby. Now that's taken care of. So instead, I'm going to talk about a topic that's been brought up before, but want to give my take on it. So the question we're asking today is, what would have happened with Star Wars if the prequels had been good? And when I say, let's be clear, if the prequels are at least half as well received as the original trilogy, essentially they were not panned like they were, and that Lucas didn't get his feelings hurt, there was actual good acting, there was a good storytelling. What if each individual one would be considered a good movie? What would have happened to Star Wars then? So you have to look at it in a few different ways. Would Lucas have sold Lucasfilm? Would we have gotten still a lot of the video game or the extended canon stuff like Clone Wars series? And most importantly, would we have gotten this new Star Wars series? So let's just break that down real quick. Would Lucas have sold? Would George Lucas have sold Lucasfilms? That's a tough call. Because I don't believe the reason he sold Lucasfilm, or at least the Star Wars portion, and I think he pretty much sold Lucasfilm, or at least, again, a good portion of it, definitely the rights to Star Wars. I don't know if he definitely wouldn't have sold it automatically. And Donna wants to come back out because I'm back out here, but, yeah. Anyway, just one second. Come on, you want to come back outside? Okay, you want to come back outside? Come here. Well, come here. There's Domino, everyone. Hey, you Papa. All right, so you make up your mind. I'm busy right now, but I love you. Anywho, sorry for that. So what do you have sold Lucasfilm? I think I don't think Star Wars was the main reason he sold Lucasfilm. I think he just wanted to move away from Star Wars, and I think he actually would have eventually sold Lucasfilm. I think though it would have been much later down the line he would have sold Lucasfilm. Simply because they wrote him a $4 billion check for Star Wars, plus royalties, back-end deals, the whole shebang. Yeah, he probably would have sold it because money talks in this world. $4 billion freaking dollars just for that. Yeah. And back-end deals, royalties, all that. Don was just having fun running around. Good. So yeah, I do believe, because again, money talks, and he was really wanting to get away from Star Wars after the prequels. Now that being said, one of the leading factors, leading, not the main, technically speaking, or like the conclusive factor, but one of the factors that did play a tribute is the fact that the prequels did bomb. They were not well received, and the fans did not like it, and George Lucas was a little hurt by that. Granted, George, you got a little yes man there, and you just felt, your vision was the correct vision, so hindsight, well, what are you going to do? You're just so hyper and energetic, puppy. But yeah, I mean, I do believe somewhere down the line he would have sold Lucasfilm and the rights to Star Wars. I'm pretty certain, because he always wanted to get away from that. I just don't believe it would have been as soon as he did. I don't like we wouldn't have gotten episode 7. Well, that's leading into the next thing. We still would think we've got to go down like games and Clone Wars and things along those lines. We would not have gotten episode 7, at least not during the Disney ownership, not the way we got it. We would not, because if the prequels had worked out fine, he probably would have maintained the rights, and he probably would have wanted to maybe try doing one of the novels that ended up happening. And the actors were too old for those novels, man. I think, and I've often said this, that you should not have gone with prequels. You should have gone with if you were going to do the novels and stuff like that, like the episode 7, 8, and 9 novels that, depending on, you should have done them like shortly after, not necessarily shortly, like when he did the Star Wars prequels. that's actually when he should have done the Star Wars sequels. Then when he should have done 7, 8, and 9. And then maybe we could have explored the prequel territory later down the road. And those probably would all have been monster hits, things along those lines. Because, Star Wars fans, trust me, I've talked to some fans, and they're not all of them are happy that the canon got retconned. Trust me, some of them almost vehemently believe, and I have a video on this. Was it smart? Oh, God, I can't remember the actual title, but talking about whether it was a good idea to retcon the canon or not. But I have who are vehemently upset that the canon was changed. Like that's not what happened. This is what I was like. Yeah, and he's making a poopy. Good girl. Always positive and force that poop. That way she never learns to poop inside. And yeah, oh man, that's a hefty sucker she's got there. Whew. Then again, she snagged some fish off the floor that accidentally dropped. So, that probably worked its way through her system. Anyway, sidetracking. So, yes, I do believe we still got, like, Clone Wars, all that stuff. We wouldn't have gotten Episode 7, at least not the Episode 7 that we got. We would not have gotten what we got, and what we got was awesome in Episode 7. It was a retread, but it was a good retread. It proved they could still make a good Star Wars film. That was the point of what Episode 7 really was. And now Episode 8 can branch off in all new storytelling. So I don't believe we would have gotten... if the prequels had been good, he would not have sold Lucasfilm anywhere near as soon as he did. We would not have gotten Episode 7, and by extension, Episode 8, Young Han Solo, Rogue One, all that stuff. We would not have gotten any of that, I don't think. At least not anytime soon. I mean, I think... Let's say George Lucas sold Lucasfilm this year. And it's now in that wheelhouse. We probably wouldn't have gotten our first Star Wars movie, Episode 7, if you will, till about 2018, 2019, maybe 17 at the earliest, but roughly 2018 is when we would have gotten our first Star Wars film, because I think he sold it early 2010s, and we didn't get Episode 7, until 2015. So it would have been at least about 3 years until we got a new Star Wars film after that. Now, that being said, if the prequels had been good, honestly, I think we probably would have actually gotten maybe another Star Wars film in some capacity or some kind, because Lucas's, I don't want to say his ego, because that wouldn't have been right. Lucas's confidence would have still been there in how he handles his property. Because it wasn't necessarily about ego. I don't want to be mean on George. I love George Lucas. He gave us Star Wars. He helped with Indiana Jones. I mean, he's done some stuff that's not great, like Howard the Duck. Strange Magic was not that good. Jar Jar Binks, Star Wars Holiday Special. So he's done stuff that isn't great, but most people have. Even Steven Spielberg has an off day at the office. But for what it's worth, is that Steven Spielberg is an amazing imaginative mind. He's a creative genius in many regards. He's just not that great at working with actors, I think a lot of the problem is. And, when he's not having other people help him, he's stuck in just his own mind, and therefore he's limited by what only he can think of. So it's the creative process. It's a bitch sometimes. But no, I love George Lucas. I admire George Lucas for what he was able to create, for God's sake. But, yeah, I mean, let's call a spade a spade. I mean, the prequels sucked, and George Lucas was a contributing factor to why the prequels sucked. Now, again, but if the prequels had been good, I'm certain his confidence still would have been there just fine, and he would have continued to make other things going on that possibly Star Wars-related things. So if the prequels had been good, yes, he would have sold Lucasfilm, I think, but it would have been much later down the road. Yes, we would still be getting our expanded canon stuff like the Clone Wars series. We would not have gotten Episode 7. We would not. That's just... Or any of the current standalone Star Wars films. We just would not have gotten that. And, I mean, Rogue One was looking awesome. I can't wait to see what Episode 8 is going to look like. And, I'm curious on Young Han Solo. That one's got me hesitant, but I'm curious on Young Han Solo. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review things, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review at some point. Same with who would win suggestions. I'll put those in the comments below, too. I get to them. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you folks next time.